So you've heard how important portion controls are in your restaurant. Yet you go to your chef or kitchen manager and say, I need portion controls, and they fight you. I don't need portion controls. That'll slow our line down. It's not worth it. We're dead on. Well, you ever wonder you should trust your gut that they're wrong and why it's important they should do it? I'm going to tell you why in just 1 second. Hello, this is Dave Scott Peters with TheRestaurantExpert.com, and I feel your pain. I've walked down to back to my kitchen and said, hey chef, we need portion controls. Oh yeah, sure, and they put the ladle in and the right scoop and all this stuff, and days go by and I come in and it's the ladle twice the size and there's no scoop, there's tongs, there's all these different things. Nobody cares. Nobody pays attention. And they tell me, well, it's too hard. I've tried, David. I tried to implement these portion controls, but I just can't get anybody to use them. What the hell does that mean? Who signs their paycheck? Now, don't get me wrong. I need employees. I want my employees. I cherish and value my employees, but they are going to do the damn job. So you need to manage your damn business. Now, look, portion controls are extremely important. Let me tell you why. Let's say, following the recipes, you did recipe costing cards, you've got your menu mix, which your customers actually purchased. By putting those together, I can tell you what your ideal food cost should be if there was no waste, no theft, no spoilage, perfect restaurant, which does not exist. And let's say that perfect, ideal food cost for your restaurant is 30%. Well, no, I do not expect your kitchen to run 30%. We take inventories and put our purchases and our sales together. Beginning inventory plus purchases minus ending gives me use divided by sales, food costs. I'm not expecting 30-30. That's impossible. We're not robots. But I am expecting a 31.5 to 32%. I'm giving my chef or kitchen manager a 2-point leeway. So let's get back to this 30% ideal food cost. No waste, no theft, no spoilage. That means my kitchen was managed so well that all my cooks followed the recipes perfectly. Well, then I go and I say, wait a second, I overportioned. Each cook overportioned by 10%. Now, do me a favor. Think about it. Can your naked eye see 10% more French fries on a plate, 10% more rice, 10% more beans, 10% more shredded lettuce, whatever it may be? The answer is no. When you say, wow, that's too big, you see 25% or even more, and you say, whoa, fix it. So let's say every dish goes out of your kitchen 10%, just slightly, 10% bigger than it should be. The portions were larger than they should be by 10%. No big deal. Well, you take a 30% ideal food cost and you now make it 33%. On every $1 million in sales you do, that is a lot of money. So it's critical to make sure that we are using portion controls on our line. What should we use? We should use scales. Now, I know you've got that digital scale that's broken all the time. Use the springy ones. Just make sure you calibrate them. So if it calls for 8 ounces of brisket, I literally, if I were a barbecue place, I'm going to take the paper boat, put the brisket in there, and I'm going to throw away the paper boat after each one, because if I overportion brisket, it could kill my profitability. Well, how about pre-portioning? I'm even going to stand a cook there and pre-portion French fries, my cheapest item in my building. But if I do $1 million a year more in sales, and it's primarily burgers and sandwiches and French fries, my number one side dish, by pre-portioning my French fries, I could save $300 to $500 in food purchases, French fries alone, every week. What about ladles? Putting the proper label. If it says a 1 ounce ladle, put a 1 ounce ladle in. Make sure that we're using measuring containers. If I want a salad to go out, fine, I don't care if it's a coffee cup. If that's a half salad, fill it up, dump it. I don't care what it is, make sure they're standard vessels used for everything. But think about this. It's one thing to put those in place, and you've heard it. Oh, I've tried this before. It takes a manager and a checklist every shift to verify that the right things are being used, and you need to verify, teach, train, hold people accountable. You got to manage this process. But by doing so, you could literally reduce your food costs 2-3 points if you have nothing in place right now. That's how you become successful in the restaurant business. Do me a favor, there's some sort of portion control I didn't talk about right now. Do me a favor, put it in the comments below so that everybody watching this, we can learn from each other. Also, help a guy out, click on the like button if you like this video, and you might subscribe now so I can notify you automatically when I upload a YouTube video like this on a weekly basis. Last but not least, wait 2 more seconds, I got 2 more videos right here you just might like.